G'day and welcome to the Grow a Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Truen. Each week, we speak with an owner who has grown a business with 5 to 30 team members to something bigger. Diving into their numbers and unearthing the pain they've experienced, we explore what they did to overcome each barrier and what they would do differently from day one. Let's get into it.
Well, hi, Eve, and welcome to the podcast. Thanks so much for making the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate that.
Oh, thanks, Rob. It's nice to be here.
And look, by way of introduction, Eve, you're an HR specialist. You work with a lot of small businesses. And I guess we know each other really through different business networks, and we've had a number of mutual clients over the journey, so we know a little bit about how each other works. I guess rather than me try and introduce you, I thought perhaps you could tell me a little bit about how you explain what you do and why clients work with you.
Sure, absolutely. So we started the business. Basically, there was a gap in the market for small to medium-sized businesses that needed HR support, but not necessarily a full-time HR dedicated manager.
Yeah.
So we saw a gap, and it just exploded. There is such a need out there for HR support, not just around recruitment, but your employee relations, industrial relations, staff retention, all of those sort of things. There's such a huge market out there because small to medium-sized businesses are taking over the world.
Yes, and long may that continue.
Absolutely.
And I guess what I wanted to talk to you in particular about today was staff retention, because I guess what we're seeing in the market at the moment is that it's really tough to find good people in your business. And, you know, equally, there's a lot of pressure on retaining the good team members that you have, because they're obviously going to be in demand in other businesses as well. And that's putting pressure on not only retention, but, you know, paying higher wages, trying to get and keep good people. And I wanted to dive into that topic a little bit with you today. And I know it's something that you discuss with many of your clients. And I thought perhaps the most logical starting point was talking about what are some of the underlying causes of staff retention problems that you come across in your clients. What is there some common themes around why it's difficult to hang on to good team members?
Yeah, look, absolutely. One of the biggest issues with staff retention is employers not understanding what their staff need and want from their role. Look, everybody loves a pay rise. Who doesn't love a pay rise? But sometimes it's not just the money that will attract and keep staff. Everybody's at different stages of their lives. They may be looking for flexibility around hours, flexibility around location. You know, can they work from home and have a hybrid setup? There's so many things that, as an employer, we may not think of as being appealing to staff to keep them. So we need to talk to them. We need to actually understand what is their motivating factors for their role. And when we talk to them, we've got to really listen, not just make assumptions. You know, do they just want that extra 10 grand a year? They may not. We're making assumptions on what we think they want. You've got to listen to your staff and really, where possible, try and accommodate if you can, especially if you've got those high-performing, depending on your business, high-yielding staff that you really want to hang on to. Maybe you just need to be a little flexible with a couple of things, and it's not going to be have a huge impact on the business, but you'll hang on to that staff member for as long as you need them.
So I think what I'm hearing there is you're saying that one of the issues is that business owners aren't talking to their staff enough. and
Absolutely.
and they're
Absolutely.
missing the reasons behind why they may be looking for a change.
That's it. Employers aren't necessarily asking the right questions or asking the questions the right way.
Right.
We've got to really ask, what is it a particular employee wants and requires to enable them to continue their employment with us.
Okay. And when you say business owners aren't asking in the right way, do you have any suggestions for how they should be asking their employees?
Look, if the employer, and I hope the employee's got a good performance appraisal process in place, when they sit down every 6 months, well, yeah, it would be every 6 months, have a conversation with the employee around where they're at in their life, what is it they need from their job, and basically ask the question point blank, what is it that motivates you? What is it that you need from me to enable you to continue to do your role?
Okay.
They may come up with the most wildest things that we can't accommodate, but ask them the question.
Okay. So outside of not talking enough to your employees, do you see any other common themes around why staff retention might be a problem in some businesses?
I don't want to say ignoring their staff, but maybe not including their staff, whether it be, small business decisions or just simple processes within the business. Consult with your staff, consult with the ones actually doing the job on a day-to-day basis on how they think things may be done better or differently or more effectively, and take their advice on board. And just include them in these decisions. It doesn't affect them. Why not let them have a say?
So is that all about making them feel part of a team?
Inclusive, yeah, absolutely. And that they have a voice.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to make up a number here of 5, but what are 5 things that business owners should be doing to improve the retention of the team members they've got?
Open and transparent conversations.
Yep.
And keep them consistent. Do it every 6 months, every 3 months, whatever's going to work within your business.
So you're talking about like a regular cadence of meetings, so that you don't suddenly find you haven't really sat down and properly engaged with someone for 9 months or something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, it's continuity is the name of the game.
Right.
So yeah, have those open conversations. The continuity. Listen to them. Listen to learn, which is really, you take that lesson in life, I think. But listen to learn when the employee is talking to you, not making assumptions, and be open to their ideas. Even they may be wild, but just be open to them and make the employee feel like that they are being listened to.
Be the change you want to see in your business. Become more productive and less stressed with our free Transform Your Performance online course. Once you see the benefits, put your entire team through the course at no cost. We start out by telling you the secret to guaranteed success, then over 100 lessons help you be more focused, present, productive, and feel more in control about work. growasmallbusiness.com.
Okay. So regular conversations, listen to learn, and be open to the ideas that come back, even if there are some crazy ideas that you might not be able to work with. At least be open to, trying to understand where that idea is coming from and why. And I guess it's also important to go back if you can't implement an idea and explain why you can't do it. Would that be a fair comment?
Absolutely. Explain why at this time you may not be able to accommodate those certain requests. but don't take them off the table completely.
Yeah. Okay. So it's all about conversations is what I'm hearing here.
And respect.
And respect. Yeah. Conversations and respect. Makes sense. Okay. And any other particular ideas that jump out at you around things that small business owners should be thinking about when they're considering retaining their best employees?
One thing I think a lot of businesses, be it small, medium or large, overlook is what talents they've actually already got in the business. You know, we recruit people on skills and for a number of reasons we'll bring people into the business. But people grow and develop and they may want to go off in different avenues within your business that could be beneficial. So always keep an open mind about what talents you've already got within your business, but you may not be utilising yet either.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. That's a really good point. And I see that often. And sometimes it's easier, I think, as an outsider coming in to have a look at a business. You can sometimes quickly recognize, hey, this person has got a particular talent for whatever it may happen to be. You should really utilize that talent in some way, because not only is it good for the business, but it's also good for that employee to really, I guess, be in an area where they can flourish. So, no, that's great.
It's not rocket science. If your staff are happy, they're going to be more productive.
Yeah, yeah, so true. All right, and I guess just to finish this conversation off, what would be one piece of advice you would give a business owner to go and implement in their business tomorrow to help with staff retention? So if there was one thing that you said you should definitely all go away and do this tomorrow, what would it be?
I think probably one thing that they can all do from Monday would be schedule those conversations with your staff if you haven't already.
Yeah. I had a feeling you were going to talk about conversations. So
look, they're so important in any
yeah,
relationship, let alone a business relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I think that's fantastic advice. And again, as an outsider who works with a lot of business owners and I come in, it does sometimes amaze me the lack of conversations that can happen in some businesses. And I guess the other thing, just picking up on some of what you've said, it's not only having the conversations, it's about having quality conversations where you're there to listen, to learn from those employees. It's about what's really going on in their world. So
That's it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Fantastic. Well, we've got heaps of good stuff there, Eve. And, as you said, it's not always about the money. So I guess often someone coming, saying they've been offered more money somewhere else is code for, I was trying to get out of here anyway. And I can use the money as an excuse to let you know why I'm leaving. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time, Eve. I really appreciate it. And we've got some really good stuff there on staff retention. And I look forward to some future conversations with you where we can dive into all the other good areas of HR that are so important to making our businesses work.
Oh, I could talk for hours on these subjects, Rob. Thanks for the opportunity.
Exactly. Thanks, Eve.
And for our audience, we would greatly appreciate a review in iTunes or whatever platform you listen to us on. More reviews means we bubble up higher in iTunes, etc. So more business owners looking for podcast help with their growth will find us.